Hello YouTube, it's your boy, still no intro here, but I kind of just wanted to make a video today on something that I feel like it's a topic that I feel like most people that kind of go in this realm talk about at some point, but it's something that you can just never hear too much, and that topic is how to love yourself. I feel like a lot of people in theory kind of know this, or in principle know this, but like a lot of people don't truly know how to love themselves. I used to hear it all the time growing up. Oh, you just gotta love yourself and that'll be it. And I used to never really believe that until I actually started to like real life practice that. Not just, I love myself. I'm gonna go do this. No, I think loving yourself involves a great detail of like intention and purpose. And it takes a lot of like assessment. You kind of just have to assess the things around you. And realize what works for you and what doesn't. I always say the beautiful part of being a human is we get to make mistakes. You get to learn what you like, what you don't like, what people you like, what people you don't like, what music, etc., etc. My boy, come here. For example, like I love him so much, I couldn't help it. Come here, Kilo. Hey man, how you doing? You wanna send a video with me? Oh, here you go with that BS. You can sit. Come here. Or you can sit right there if you want to. You do whatever you want. But for example, Kilo love himself so much. Kilo can't help but always insert. He always know when I'm recording. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to make a video today on how to love yourself. I wrote down some bullet points. I know I'm notorious for not. I don't say I'm notorious, but I don't normally write down the topics. But like I do, I have a, like I said, Virgo North Node. One of the things I want to practice is organization, being practical with things. So man, you so pretty, bro. Is that a black hair? Where do you get a black hair from? How one of your whiskers turn black? What the hell? I mean, what the heck? Anyway, so I kind of broke it down into like 6 bullet points. Now I'm gonna just briefly spend like a minute or two on. The first thing I wanted to say, I think is kind of essential. It's probably the most essential thing because whether we want to admit it or not, what we project onto the world is like very important to us. It may not be important to other people, but it's important to us. For me, like I want to talk about appearance. I really am a strong believer in expressing yourself in whichever way makes you very like the most comfortable. I know for me growing up, I literally had no confidence because like, I mean, I'll say it now because it's kind of funny to look back on, but it's like up until like high school, like my mom kind of told me what to wear, stuff like that. I'm like, my dad used to cut my hair all the time. Like people in school used to clown me for my clothes and things like that. And I never really, I felt like I just felt like it was it for me. I was like, there's nothing I can do. Like I suck. Like my whole life is going to be like this. I'm going to be the 40-year-old virgin type, And it wasn't really until I got to college where I got on my own, where I was able to like grow my hair out, really grow my hair out, as y'all can see through my YouTube journey. It's like it's like the essence of like my self-love. Like without my hair, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I don't know where I would be at right now. Like it's taken me so far in life, wisdom-wise, knowledge of parents. Like if you know me now, you'd be like, you had no confidence back then as much as but no, I'm just kidding. I think appearance is a very big thing though. Like I said, dressing how you want to dress, like wearing what you want to wear. Obviously, like there's limits to things. Like I'm not saying go out into the street butt naked unless, I mean, that's what you want to do. If that's what you want to do, I ain't gonna judge you, nothing like that. Like you want to do whatever you want. But it is important to remember that comfortability in your appearance is really, I think, the essence of like self-love. So like I'm a Leo rising. Like I can't help but like want to be out there. So every detail down to like my clothes, like the shirt has to match the pants. It don't have to match the pants. The shirt and the pants have to go together. Like if my socks gonna be showing, can't be wearing no mismatched socks. Can't be wearing no like dingy, dirty socks, nothing like that. Like my shoes, like I don't really have too many pairs of shoes, but I feel like I have the pairs of shoes that I need. Like my hair, for example, like one thing I'm working on with my hair now is going out with styles. Like I wear my hair down a lot just cause like, I don't know, like I like my hair, I love it so much, but in the comfort of my own home, my hair be looking crazy sometimes. But like out in public, I'm like, oh, people gotta see my hair a certain way. But I'm learning to just like, let that be its own thing. Appearance also, as far as like like I said, what you project out onto the world, like facial expressions and things like that really matter. So having an RBF every time you go outside, that ain't love. If you got like, I'm gonna make this face so people don't come near me, things like that. Like, no, you want to attract positive energy and people towards you. You need to have a smile, be radiant, have positive energy, things like that. Yeah, I think as far as appearance, like I said, it's really you at the end of the day, you have the final say on like how you can express yourself in that avenue. And I would just say tip one, make sure that I would just say tip one, make sure whatever you're doing is what you want to do, because at the end of the day, nobody can tell you what to do. You can do whatever you want. You've been given this lifetime to express yourself and do what you want, so do that. The next thing I wanted to talk about, which I think is another key thing with loving ourselves, is our hobbies. Like, it's really important, especially for us adults, to like hone in on our hobbies and things that we appreciate and love. Like, as a kid, like, for example, if you're a guy that plays video games, I know a lot of guys, I mean, shoot, like, I was in a relationship, I know, where like, I know they probably didn't like me playing video games all the time. Not all the time, but like playing video games a lot. But like, it's just, it's like the same way people like to watch reality TV, same way people like to go out on the block and hang out all day. It's like, I like to sit in the house and play video games. Like, it connects me with my inner child. One, I think I talked about in the last video. But two, like, it keeps me in a positive space, because other than when I'm raging and mad at the game, it makes me happy. Like, and happiness is love. Like, love is happiness. Like, the two literally go hand in hand together. They're married. Like I said, hobbies are really important. Like, if you're an artist, for example, like, never give up that like ambition as far as music, drawing. If you're like somebody that likes to talk or whatever, you got a podcast, radio show, things like that. Like, those things are so important. If you're an athlete, you like to go outside and all that. It's like, never give up your hobbies, because we are all so unique within ourselves that like all of our hobbies are individual specific, and they are like, it's so cool to know that like we're all interested in similar things, but like the fashion that we're interested in them in is like unique within like each person. So like I said, hobbies are a really big thing. I think one of the things to help, like I said, if you're feeling depressed or anything like that, it's like, just pick up one of your hobbies. Like, even if that's watching movies. Like, I'm a romance dude. I don't even say rom-com. I like romance. I like sappy romance movies. When I'm feeling like, put on one of those. Like, they make me happy. Like, things like that. Like, they're important to you. They're always going to be important to you. To the day that you die, you're always going to be doing things that you like. So I always say, if you're always going to be doing something you like, there's no reason why you should not always be loving yourself, you know? The next thing I kind of want to go around, things that we consume. So this is something that, like, over the last couple of years, I've really had to hone in on myself, just because, like, I'm a big person that I'm really big on practicing what you preach now. Like, I was really one of those people at first that was like, oh, I know this, let me tell other people this, but you're not even practicing that. Like, I had to stop listening to a lot of music I used to listen to, stop watching a lot of shows I used to watch, like things like that, just because it wasn't making me happy. Like, it might have gotten me excited and thrilled and things like that, or it's like, it's making me feel how they feel. Like, for example, like, I used to watch Snowfall, like a show like Snowfall. It's a very violent show. Like, I'm not gonna get into it too much, but like, there's a scene like in the first season where a dude gets brutalized. That's all I'm gonna say. And I was just like, I don't think I'm gonna continue this. Yet I forced myself to keep watching it, because I felt like, oh, everybody else is watching it, I need to keep up with it. And one day I just went, what do you like about this show? And I was like, nothing. Every time I watch it, I'm on edge. It makes me mad, and it's just, it's a TV show. You're mad at characters, things like that. And it's like, I'm not loving myself, because I'm torturing myself. Another thing is the music, like, and I'm gonna say it, I don't care, whatever. My most listened to album 2017 was Controlled by SZA. And if you know that album, like, sap song, sad song, toxic. Like, it's a lot of stuff in there that, like, people, I don't know, at the time I resonated with it because I went through the situation, but like, music like that is cool because it helps you evolve past situations. But if you still listening to album in its length, like years later, like top to bottom, 5 years later, reciting it, belting it from the top of your lungs, it's like, you kind of got to really think, like, is this making me happy, or am I stuck in this like sad energy? And like, I really had to go like, dang, this doesn't make me happy anymore. Like, I get sad thinking about this. And once I just released, not just her, but just like a lot of people. I'm not gonna name any more names. I don't think I should have did that in the first place. But once I just filtered out my music library with like happy, positive. I don't even say happy songs because everything ain't happy-go-lucky. But like just songs that like resonate with me. Like I'm a very happy, upbeat person. So like songs that like talk about love, joy, friendship, things like that. Like I really appreciate. So I'm always looking forward to listening to things like that. Even when I write music, like I'm always trying to write something that's like uplifting and things like that. Cause like that's how it should be. And the thing is, the things that you consume really can affect your mindset. So like I said, loving yourself is really more than just like, oh, I love me. It's like the things around you, even the people around you, which is the next thing I want to get into. And I know this is a topic that like, a lot of people skate around trying to talk about. I be trying not to talk about it too, but like the people around you really matter too. Like you can really have people around you that like are energy vampires that bring your mood down. Notice how you are with people versus how you are like when you're by yourself or when you're with other people. Like I said, I think in the previous video, I've had plenty of friend groups, and like in all those friend groups, I've had people in the group that like I'm hanging out with you one-on-one every day because your energy's like this. And then I got people that I'm like, I'm gonna hang out with you because I've known you for a while, or I'm gonna hang out with you because you're doing this, or like I'm gonna hang out with you because we're in a friend group. But like those people can bring you down in a way because like they can be negative at times. I'm not gonna call anybody toxic because toxic is it's a nasty word. Like I wouldn't want anybody to call me toxic, so like I'm not gonna call anybody toxic. But the people around you really can affect your self-esteem. And I think self-esteem is another thing. Why are you licking my leg, man? I think self-esteem is another thing that's tied into like self-love too. Self-esteem, self-love, both dealing with the self. Your friends, your family, the people that you hang out with, like co-workers, whatever, like neighbors, like be really cautious of the people around you because you take on sometimes, especially empathic people. Like I'm an empathic person. I'm very empathic, Pisces South Node. Like I can't help it but like absorb people's energies. If somebody's angry in a room or riled up, I feel them and I'm like, I want to get angry with you, like or if somebody's sad, I'm like like this girl at my job, she told me her cat died yesterday, and I literally felt the tears coming down my face, and I was like, I feel for you, but like I need to get out of the room because like why is this making me sad? And I'm thinking about him right now. I know, yeah, I know, man. It made me think about him, and I'm just like, no, like I want to be happy, like I want positive thoughts. So like while that is a real life sad moment, I had to step out the room and regain myself and be like, all right, man, we got a great day, things like that. Like I said, people really have that effect on you, and they don't always realize that, and you don't always realize that either. But one of the things, like I said, is beautiful about being a human being is growth, making mistakes, learning lessons and things like that. You have to figure out what fits, what doesn't fit, who fits and who don't fit. There's times and places for everything and everybody, and certain moments you're happy with people, but like when that roller coaster goes down, I don't want to equate it to a roller coaster, but like if your friendship is like a roller coaster, it'll be up, but it does have to go all the way back down. So when it goes all the way back down, you have to also realize like in that moment what it is. The people you hang around is really important for yourself too, because you want to be around happy people, positive people all the time, so that way you can always be positive, because you don't want to be the one outlier in the group that's like, like if I'm around a bunch of go-getters, it's gonna make me want to be a bunch of go-getters, make me want to be a go-getter. If I'm around a bunch of sad people, I'm gonna get out the room. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's that. The next thing I'm going to kind of talk about is food. I'm going to briefly touch on that because that's one I'm still working on. Literally as I ate it. They gave us chocolate at work, so like I had chocolate earlier. Another thing that's, my bad, I got it for a second. Food is another thing I would say that's very important in terms of our self-love journeys. We live in a country where overeating is a very, very big thing. And a lot of overeating is tied into depression. I'm say it like, you ever see the movies where like the girl gets broken, or I mean the person gets broken up with, and then they go eat like a tub of ice cream? That's not healthy. You should never just be sitting there eating a tub of ice cream. Like, I feel like people that go out to eat all the time, and spend their money at these places and all that stuff, while it is nice, like, you also have to be very cautious of like what you're putting into your body. Stop it. Stop doing that. Don't do that. Don't do that. My bad. I had to raise up on you, but don't lick that. You're gonna get in trouble. But come here. You can get back up here. You can get back up here. Thank you. But food is another thing, like I said, that's really big. I don't think, like I said, I don't want to police anybody's food, tell them what to eat or nothing like that. But like, I've noticed with me, a lot of my depression can be tied into overeating. I know like I have like certain health goals that I want to reach or maintain, and fitness goals I want to be at. And sadness is tied into like my overeating, like, or like under eating too, because at the same time you could not be eating, and that could be just as big. I don't even want to just leave it to food consumption. Like, the amount of food you eat in a day, things like that is very important. Like, I think that kind of ties more so into like what you consume though. Like, you never want to have too much of something, or like you don't want to just necessarily only consume negative things. We do, obviously, we're human, so like, there's time and places. If it's Thanksgiving, or if it's if it's a cookout, like, I mean, you gonna eat on the grill, like, you gonna do what you do. Like, that's just what we do around family. Like, it just makes you happy. But like, I think things are best in moderation. And it is like really tied into like your emotions and how you feel. Like, if I can't remember, I'll put an article in. I'll link something in the description to kind of relate like food consumption to like our emotions and mental health, things like that. But I mean, yeah, you could tie that more so into things you consume. Like I said, I don't really have too much to talk about with food. And the last thing I guess I want to talk about, which is something that like most of us are facing, the crisis most of us face. And it's a Western thing. I don't even want to say it's a world. Well, I mean, it can't be a world thing, but it's really a Western crisis, a Western Hemisphere crisis. It's like our careers. A lot of us get into jobs, fields that we hate, don't like, dislike, but it's like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. For example, like the last job I worked at, I loved those people at that job so much. The job itself, not really. Like, a lot of us I was there for a year and a half. A lot of us for the better part of a year were talking about quitting. We hate this place, things like that. I'm only here because of y'all. Yeah, we're only here because of you. Like, things like that. And the job shut down. Like, and it was so relieving because I felt free. Everybody was like sad and crying because it was over when we had our exit meeting and all that. But I was like, yes, I mean, the depression kind of hit me a month later because I needed a job. I mean, I was out of a job. But like, at the time, I felt great because it felt like, for me personally, like, I knew that there was more to me than just serving at a restaurant. Like, I wasn't born into this life to be a server. I was born to serve people, but not just food, unhealthy fried food on top of that. Like, right now, like, I'm working with children. That's my passion. That's what I want to do. And with working with children, it's opened up my schedule in a way that I didn't think it'd be open. I haven't had this much free time since like high school. Like, if you know me, you know I was somebody that was working 50, 60 hours a week, like doubling on the weekends, coming in on my off days. Like, oh, you're here at 8 in the morning and you get off at 3. Can you just stay to close till 9? Yeah, I can do that. That's no problem. And while the money was there and I got to be around people I loved, I wasn't loving myself enough to take time out to be able to enjoy my video games, enjoy watching movies, enjoy making music, spending time with Kilo and Tuna. She's in there. I just, like I said, career is really one of the things that we neglect the most. A lot of us go to school for a career and we get discouraged when we come out of college because we feel like we're not qualified enough or these industries don't want us. But I always just say, like, if you really want something, you're gonna find a way to make it happen. Excuse me. And I think that's one of the, like, probably to me, that's probably one of my like favorite things about like loving. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I think that's one of my favorite things about loving myself is always knowing that like I'm gonna do what's best for me at the end of the day. Like there are anomalies where like I'm at a job and I don't like it, but I usually quit those jobs because I'm just like, one day it just hits me like, why are you here? Like, trust your vision and trust what you love, and the love that you put out there, it's gonna come back to you tenfold. Why are you looking at me? Yeah, like career is a really big thing. And even like with making music, like I still want to be a musician, and now I have like ample free time to do that. Like I was trying to find a second job, and like I just have had no luck doing that. But I don't. It's not like I need it. I'm making good money at my job now, and I have free time to like make these videos, make this, do this content, and all this stuff. My second job could be a content creator. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that pouring into what you truly want to do, I guess I would say, is like one of the ultimate acts of self-love, because you don't want to look back 10, 20, 30 years from now and be like, dang, why didn't I do this? Like I had all the time to do it, but I kept, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not good enough to do it. I need to get out of this debt situation, so I'm just gonna work here at this place I hate. Oh, I need my bills paid, so I'm gonna do. No, because that's negative self-talk. You want to work at a place that appreciates you, values you, respects your values, and you the same to it, because nobody wants to be in a situation where they don't love that they don't love. So yeah, but that's just kind of like 6 points that I kind of wanted to talk, that I just kind of wanted to talk about in terms of loving yourself. I didn't want to go the typical like route that everybody goes, even though the video in itself is still whatever. So if you made it this far, I love you. I know Kilo love you, because Kilo loved me, and like, you know, me and Kilo have a love relationship. I know I'm not always the best, but like this man right here shows me every day that like love is unconditional. So yeah, like I said, I love y'all. And until next time.